Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today we got a little bit of a treat for you. I know if you guys watched my Ultimate Wrecker video that came out about a week or two ago, I told you I was going to be getting the Typhoon and the Origin EX video out, but that week a lot of things came up, and I had some tournaments over the weekend, so couldn't really make it to film. And then I've been sick the last 4 or 5 days. So if you see me throwing the ball a little bit slower or coughing into the mic maybe once or twice, I do apologize. I'm going to do my best today to get these videos out. I got the whole bowling alley to myself today, so hopefully can get you some quality content out there. We're going to be doing, like I said, Typhoon and Origin EX today. We're going to start here with the Typhoon. I know I've seen a lot of people doing comparisons between Typhoon and Ultimate Wrecker, so that's exactly what I'm going to bring you guys today, all right? I got a lot of questions about those two. The covers are very different. The reactor cover on that Typhoon you're going to see is going to make it a lot cleaner, a little bit sharper. Ultimate Wrecker going to be a little bit earlier, a little bit smoother, a little bit stronger. All right, and in terms of strength, I mean front to back strength, not necessarily side to side. You guys will see. I've thrown maybe 2 or 3 practice shots, and it's pretty obvious the difference. But let's go ahead and hit the lanes, see if I can warm up and give you guys some good quality shots. If not, I might be here a while, but let's go see what we find out. Let's go bowl up a Storm. All right, kind of got lined in here around 24. I don't know what my ball speed was then, so hopefully we can just keep throwing it harder and harder, but I'm gonna do my best to give you guys some good shots. Not bad. All right, there we go. All right, so pretty good start. You know, on this house shot, you kind of want to stay away from the outside, so the further left you can get and the more you can kind of keep it in, the safer you're going to be. So just try and move a little left and replicate. It's in a good spot. There we go. Mix them up a little bit. All right, so here we go. Of course, they're turning the lights and the music on with nobody in the bowling alley. All right, keep the eyes in. There you go, that looks pretty good. I was gonna say that 6-pin was way off. Go back and check that, guys. All right, hopefully you guys can see it here now. That 6-pin is way out there. So just try and go a little bit more flush. Keep that ball speed down a little. And a little more in. That looked better. All right, one more left here. It's nice that I can throw a little bit slower because, like I said, I don't really have the strength to be throwing it super hard right now. Oh, good shot. Get up. Oh, hit it. Oh, timber, baby. We still got some power in that ball. All right, getting into the Ultimate Wrecker now. So I'm just moving 2. 2 seemed to be the correct move earlier. So, man, that 6-pin is brutal. Yeah, you can just see how much earlier and rounder that ball is, even though the numbers are kind of comparable. All right, same spot. You try and keep the eyes on a little, see how it deals with all the oil in the middle. Oh, I said it dealt with it pretty well. The fact that it still went flush from in there is huge because you really want a ball that's going to give you kind of miss room right and left there and still go flush. All right, starting to feel a little better here. So one thing I want to see is how this deals with a little more axis rotation, so a little less forward roll. Seeing how this ball handles a little more sideways. Okay, see, so that's one of the things I wanted to mention about symmetric pieces is they're a little bit more easily manipulative with your hand. I personally love that because I like to adjust hand positions and my tilt and my axis rotation a lot depending on how I move. So the stronger ball is going to be a little bit more receptive to that. We're going to go back to the Typhoon and I'm going to go ahead and change that. I'm going to do the exact same thing that I just did with the Wrecker. And I'm gonna see if it comes off of it a little bit harder so we can maybe not slap those 10s out, but maybe kind of go dead flush, all right? So let's try that out one more time, see what happens with the Typhoon, and then we'll conclude. All right, so same spot I was just at with the Ultimate Wrecker, but now we're here with the Typhoon. We're gonna do the axis rotation here, so try to get the ball a little more sideways. There we go, good shot. Oh, okay, so you can see it's a little bit cleaner. Got through it a little better. Let's move a little left. Alrighty, so I'm gonna inch like 2 left here. We're around 29 or 30 right now, somewhere in like 29 and a half. I want to throw it too hard, so let's see what we got. A little bit better. There we go. And you can just kind of see it's a little bit more continuous, even though it was a light mixer. Hit the pins a lot better. All right, so it's pretty obvious the difference between the two. I think if you've watched other people's videos, especially my friend Landon Carnates, his video was pretty self-explanatory too. I know he loves the Typhoon. A lot of people love the Typhoon. A tropical line lover myself, or hot line, whatever you guys want to call it. I love the tropicals, right? So the lower end stuff, and this is kind of where that Typhoon fits. Where for SPI, Ultimate Wrecker, a lot of you, I mean, if you watch the other video, I kind of compared it to like a mini Zen. It was like a little bit earlier and more rollier for a shiny ball. So they're definitely going to fit in 2 different spots in your bag 100%, even though the numbers are kind of, you know, similar with the higher RG and the lower diff. They do have the exact same surface. I did put them to the exact same surface out of the box, and then I've been throwing them now for about 2 weeks each. So not really much else to say outside of, you know, kind of like when you would throw them, right? This is fresh, so this isn't the best showcase for either of them, as I had to manipulate my hand a little bit. That side roll, the little bit more side roll I gave the Typhoon, what that helps it do is it kind of helps it clear the front part of the lane a little bit easier, and it's gonna, you know, kind of read down lane. Even though it's already a cleaner cover, it just helps it not read the front part of the lane as much. The house shot at this bowling center, especially, kind of want to stay away from the outer parts of the lane. They're kind of out of bounds unless you can get on top of them, and then you got to kind of have the correct game for it. So me, I obviously don't have a lot of rotation off my hand. So further left I can get, and the longer I can kind of stay in one spot, the better off I'm going to be. Outside of that, I am excited for the new tropicals coming up, so stay tuned for those videos coming up for sure. We got a solid one that's going to come polished, which I'm super excited about. And then we have 2 new colors of pearls that I might be drilling up. So don't sleep on those. Do not sleep on those tropicals, right, Mr. Dombrowski? I know me and him kind of love those bowling balls, so it's only fitting that we'll probably have a video coming out on those sometime soon on this channel, as soon as we get them, all right? So next up is going to be the Origin EX. I'm excited to kind of see what this does here. I definitely use it as more of a pattern ball, so you definitely want to check that video out as soon as it drops. So stay tuned on the channel, subscribe if you don't, and you definitely want to get my take on that ball, because it's definitely going to be different. As always, this has been a Scott Anderson Bowling production. Thank you guys, as always, for liking, subscribing, all that stuff. I'm not wearing one of my Scott Anderson Bowling shirts today, in the middle of kind of changing things over, so hopefully we'll have one soon. A new one soon, but as always, thank you guys for all the support. This has been a Scott Anderson Bowling, like I said, and a Storm Bowling production. As always, everybody, bowl up a storm.